Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we have made it to the midpoint of the Australian Open 2024. And Bryce, I'm trying to tell you, man, this tournament has been wild and crazy. What's up, brother? How you thinking?
Oh man, you telling me, and just to kind of cut to the chase, especially on the women's side. I mean, we'll talk about it. The men have kind of been, to form, if you will.
Right.
But these women are clowning.
Yeah. There's some names that I have not heard of that are just coming out the woodworks. Like, hey, I'm here. It's 2024,
or I'm back.
Right? Here I come, because I tell you what, there's somebody that I'm gonna change a little bit of a prediction for. It's gonna be kind of crazy, y'all.
Exactly. So, well, let's jump right on into it. I mean, the first week we had that one day where we had the Rybakina, Blinkova tiebreaker and all the matches, the men's matches going 5 sets. And just, if you are a tennis fan, how could you not enjoy all of those matches?
Exactly, Bryce. I think one of the analysts on Tennis Channel, or ESPN rather, I think it might have been Pam Shriver, said that I think that the men on the men's side, this is the most 5-setters. I think they've had 35 set matches already in the tournament, and I think the record is like 31. So all they need is one more 5-set match. And mind you, we still have a week of tennis left, y'all. So it's like they've already pretty much hit that record, which is bonkers. But it just goes to show, man, folks took their off-season serious. They coming out, they ready to play, and they putting in work, man. I have been enjoying this Australian Open, Bryce.
I really have as well. I mean, other than it's completely screwing up my sleep schedule and having me grouchy in the mornings, it's been really, really good. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's jump into, we made our predictions. We started at the quarterfinal level.
Yes.
And let's start off with the women and talk about, first of all, out of the 8 quarterfinalists that you predicted a week ago, how true to that are you this week?
Right. It's, for me, well, and we're starting with the women, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's just say the top half, there is no, of all the 4 women that I picked to make it to the quarterfinals on the top half, zero.
Okay.
Because in the quarters, I picked Iga versus Ostapenko, and I picked Rybakina over Pegula. All of them gone. Bye-bye.
Gotcha. I had one.
Okay, you got one. Okay, very good.
I was the same as you. I had Swiatek meeting Ostapenko.
Yeah.
But I had Rybakina meeting Queenie.
Ah, that's right. You picked Queenie. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, I had Rybakina taking out Queenie. So.
Well, and let's be clear, Queenie had a struggle as well, because she was playing her countrywoman, and they went 7. What was it? The match tiebreaker in the 3rd set.
Right.
I think that thing was like 10-8, because her countrywoman Wang was like, "Nah, sis, you ain't writing this in yet." Shoot.
I remember you from back in the day.
Right. Exactly. I can work with you. That was a good match, Bryce. It
really was.
Good. Yeah.
It really was. So I just did one better than you on the top, and then on the bottom, I shot 50% because I had Goff meeting Wozniacki.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Sabalenka meeting Jabeur.
Let's talk about that. Because hey, I got 3 of the 4, and that's how we're gonna talk about it. Because I had Golf versus Sakari, so I would never vote on Sakari again. Let's just be clear on that. But then the other one actually came to form, which is Big Sab against Mira Andreeva. And boy, y'all. Mira Andre was like, "You know what, Ons Jabeur, I love you. I look up to you, but I'm about to put them things on you."
And you know what? I got to give you props for that call because I remember when you made that call last week, and I was like, Andrea, yeah, she's on the come up, but quarterfinals, I don't really know about that. And look, she played around too because what was that one match she had where she was down like 5-1 or something, 5-2
against Perry, against
set?
the French woman, 5-1,
yeah.
and she crept her way back. She was just like inch by inch. She's like, I'm just taking point by point, game by game. And Perry started getting nervous, and she started getting tight. And Andre was like, I got you. I'm 16. I ain't got no fear. What? Right. That match was incredible. I watched that third set, and I was like, Mira Andreeva, I don't know how you got down 5-1. But kudos to you for locking in and taking that match. That was incredible, Bryce. I like that young lady.
Yeah, and you know what, Isaac? Those type of wins many times pay dividends later on and matches later in the tournament. So we don't know. Now, granted, she's playing, Big Sab next. And that's going to be, that's a challenge, but it may pay dividends for her.
It just might. But that to me will be a very, very tough match for Mira Andre, because I tell you what, Big Sab put that double O, them double bagels. She was like, mwah, 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 you look hungry. Big Sab is out there not trying to play around with it, Bryce. I'm trying to tell you. That was the first time she ever double bageled someone. So in my opinion, that speaks volumes for Sabalenka. To me, she's absolutely good ball, bro.
And you got to think about it too. She's probably looking at, Swiatek is not in the tournament anymore, and so that's a huge boost for her. And let's talk about Iga for a second. It's actually starting to annoy me a little bit with all the Iga hate that I see out there. I just don't even see where it's really deserved. I mean, she seems like a really cool person. She supports, the Ukraine stuff, and she does, exhibitions and fundraisers. She goes out there and she plays. Yeah. Who was that? She came back on in the tournament.
Yeah, because that was Daniel
Collins, right? Came back, made Collins start talking about retirement. Broke her spirit. I mean, granted, everybody can like and dislike whoever you want. That's right. But usually I kind of understand it when I see like if somebody says, oh, I don't like Djokovic, or oh, I don't like, whoever. Right. But I just don't get it. I mean, I think she has held the number one spot with class. Yep. And she fought hard at the end of last year to even snag it back from Sabalenka. I just don't get it. But what I am happy to say is even though she lost, because she didn't win the Australian Open last year, because she wasn't even in the finals, she'll still retain the number one ranking after this tournament. But I really did think she was going to win it.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like I said, Bryce, I mean, she came in with great form. I honestly thought the match that she played against Danielle Collins was going to just, lift her up because of the fact that she locked in against a great player in Danielle Collins and was able to pull out that match. I just at that point was like, okay, Iga's confidence is there now. She's about to start rolling. And I didn't get a chance to see the Noskova match. We've heard a lot about that young lady, but not enough that she should be taking out the number one player in the world. So let's just be clear. That is an absolute shock. So I'm going to definitely need to kind of to watch that and analyze what exactly kind of happened. But, still, I think like you're saying, Iga does not deserve the hate. She's a great lady, a great number one. She just goes out there and puts in work. I think people get mad at her because of the fact that she be going down and she clowns folks. And to me, if you get on the court, I'm sorry, you got to play. And if you're not up to par, don't be mad at her because she gave you bagels and breadsticks. Y'all can't be mad about that. She's out there trying to win. And I'm telling you, I take the same attitude. If you're going to get on the court with me, and if I know I can beat you 6-love, talk to Cedric Flash. He knows.
Oh, now you wrong for that.
I love my dog. But let me tell you, them bagels when you say.
Oh, Isaac.
I love my dude. That's our boy. But seriously, folks, if you get on the court and you out there and you battling, you got to do what you got to do. So I can't be mad at that.
Right.
Cedric,
Well, you know what? Last night when I went to bed, Iga had just won the first set. So I'm like, oh, Noskova, she won the first set. She's going to run through her. Imagine my surprise when I woke up this morning.
Exactly. Yeah, I did not expect that result whatsoever. So like I said, gonna have to definitely see kind of what happened, but I still feel like Iga is doing big things, and I feel like she will still have a very, very good 2024.
Right. So what do we want to do? So we want to give our predictions now for the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Of the women going forward.
Right.
I'll start off at the top for the women. Yeah. So we have Noskova playing Svitolina. I'm all in on Svitolina now.
Oh yeah. Oh, completely.
Right. Svitolina is not going to come in and not be ready for Noskova. So I expect for her to make it in the quarterfinals, and I expect for her to meet Azarenka. And it still is hilarious to me that Ostapenko can't get it done against Azarenka. Azarenka is like, I'm not here for the bullshit. No. I am here to take you out each and every time we play. And Ostapenko cannot figure it out at all. No. So I am happy to see Yastremska back. There was a time that we were very hyped on that young lady. We thought she was kind of the next thing. We maybe had some dirty blood going on and some other things going on, but she looks like she's back. And I did not expect for Yastremska to make it to the fourth round, but I do believe that Azarenka is going to stop her in her tracks there.
Right.
And we'll have Svitolina versus Azarenka. And the bottom half of the top, I'm going with Sister Girl, Paolini. I'm taking her over Kaliskaya. And if I could just have 30 seconds to tell a quick story, I was on the plane last night flying. They have ESPN2, thank goodness. So I was able to turn on the match with her and Sloane Stephens. They were in the third set. And I had this feeling. I said, sometimes you hear about people say they don't watch women's tennis or whatever. And I was watching this match and I said, if I wasn't the tennis fan that I was, I'd feel the same way. I mean, and I don't know, maybe they were swinging out and clowning in the first two sets. I didn't see it. But that third set was just some boring tennis to me. Sloane looked uninspired as usual. And Kaliskaya, as good as I know that she is, she looked relatively unimpressive to me. And I thought, like, if I had never watched women's tennis before and this was the only match I had seen, I'd be like, this is not the sport for me. So I'm expecting for Paolini to come in with all her high energy and to do a few things. And I'm going to stick with Queenie. I think Queenie is going to take out Doden, who is, I know, a big hitter and all that. But, let's go Paolini and Zhang.
Yeah, no, Bryce. I match you completely as far as those predictions up top, because I do think that Svitolina, without having an Iga there, will definitely get through that match. Azarenka's playing some inspired tennis, bro. I'm impressed. And like you said, she got Ostapenko's number. So she's just like, I'm not here for all of that. I'm about to get you again. And she did just that. I think it's definitely a mental thing for Ostapenko. And again, Paolini has had a great year. She had a great 2023. I think little sister girl will get it done. And like you said, Queenie, I've always been on Queenie. I don't know exactly why I wasn't voting for Queenie. I forget who I thought she was going to take her out. But regardless, Queenie has game. And she will be very, very inspired after taking out her countrywoman in that tight 3-setter. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's going to handle up on Dodit very easily. I think that will be a straight sets match. So, I'm with you right there, brother.
Well, and I think you had Pegula coming through, which probably most people did, right? I mean,
right. That's right. That's exactly what I had. Yeah, thank you, bro. That's what I had.
Right. And I'm assuming, and I don't know if you heard, I didn't hear that Pegula just pulled out the doubles because it wasn't worth her staying down there for just the doubles.
Yeah. Which I think was a smart thing, just because she wasn't feeling well. She's out of the singles. Just, take the L and get on back to the States and just kind of get yourself healthy and get right. Because I think this European trip, for her just kind of wasn't good from a health perspective. So I think it was the smart thing to do.
And it allows Coco to really focus in on the singles.
Absolutely, which makes me very happy.
Right. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I said because I got big plans for Coco.
Right.
Hey, we both do.
Right. So with that, take us through your thoughts on the bottom half.
Yeah. So the bottom half, if I can pull that up, like I said, I feel like I did pretty good on that side. Wait a minute, am I pulling up the right four? Oh yeah. So you had Kostyuk versus Timofeyeva. Okay, I hadn't even heard of that young lady before the Australian Open. Let's just be clear, folks. That name is new to me. And it's always interesting, this whole, Russian versus Ukraine battle. So, and we didn't even talk about that up on the top half, because there's just still that whole thing going on, which will be interesting if Svitolina and Azarenka meet. But regardless, I think Kostyuk will get it done. I've always liked her game. I feel like she's just kind of late in her blooming, but she's got a really nice game, really strong young lady. So I think she's going to come in and get that victory over the qualifier. Of course, I'm sticking with Gauff because that's who I picked. The next match is Mira Andreeva versus Krejcikova. Again, sticking with my pick, even though I love how Barbora is looking. She's looking good. We all know that she kind of, bailed out on Siniakova so that she could focus in on her singles as it relates to doubles. So even though I think she's still playing doubles, but regardless, she's focusing in more on singles. And so a fourth round, that's really great, but I'm still going with Mira. And okay, where did Anisimova come from? She was just kind of like, hey, y'all, I'm back. And I mean, took out, I thought that Badosa match was really, really a good match, because Paula Badosa is playing some great tennis as well. I mean, she didn't do well in the tournament before, but she actually played really well at the Australian Open, and it took a lot for Anisimova to take her out. So Anisimova Sabalenka is going to be that's going to be fire. But I am still sticking with my Sabalenka prediction. How about you, brother?
We match completely. I think Kostyuk, I'm going with her just because I don't know the other girl. Or woman or lady, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. Gauff, yes, because I have big plans for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
I am going with Andreeva because I will tell you this. Yeah. Although, and I love Krejcikova. That's another one you and I like, that she got a lot of hate that I just didn't understand. Right. But although I think she's playing well, she's not the Krejcikova of old yet.
Right.
And and I think Andreeva may be able to take advantage of that. But Big Sab, I just think she is, Anisimova, well, okay. I'm picking Big Sab over Anisimova, but Anisimova could be a very dangerous opponent for her.
Yes.
Because Anisimova ain't got nothing to lose.
Correct.
She ain't defending nothing.
Correct.
And she can hit the crap out the ball.
Yeah, she hits as big as Sabalenka.
And can keep it in.
Correct.
So, although I'm picking Sabalenka, I don't know. I would be completely surprised if Anisimova would be able to get the upset. I'm not predicting it, but it wouldn't be a big surprise.
I'm so right there with you, bro. 100%. It would not surprise me if Anisimova goes out there and gets that W. I would be like, okay, she did her thing. It would not. It wouldn't be like this whole Noskova over Iga type of a moment that you just would not have predicted at all. Anisimova, I definitely would give her a shot.
And I just want to touch on something you brought up about the Svitolina Azarenka thing, the Ukraine-Russian thing. I think it's a little different with them because I think they have a relationship and they understand, like, okay, we have to take this stance because of the political thing. But I think Svitolina and Azarenka, like, personally, they're not going to shake hands because they don't want to cause drama with what's going on. Right. But even if you remember the last time they played, when they didn't shake hands, they kind of like gave, I think, like a thumbs up or something to each other.
They acknowledged each other.
Right. They've been at the top of the game together and they know each other. They know this thing that's going on has nothing to do with them.
Right. Exactly.
So
Exactly. 100% agree. Yeah, those are classy ladies right there.
Right. Exactly. So from those quarterfinal matchups, who do you have going to the semis?
Oh my goodness. So again, top half. It's so rough because it's like, oh well, I think we already said.
We just say the semis. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So that's Svitolina, Azarenka, and then I've got, of course, Paolini versus Kinwin. So it's so hard because Svitolina to me is playing outstanding tennis, but Azarenka got 2 Australian Opens under her belt. So it's kind of like, who do you actually? And I think honestly, y'all, this will be a 49-51 for me. I'm going to lean towards Azarenka only because she's been there, done that. And that's all I got. So I think it will be Azarenka versus Queenie.
Okay, and then for the bottom,
who did I pick for the bottom? Because I actually got.
Oh, you know who you picked. You know who you picked. Okay, we seems like we lost connection with Isaac, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break and be right back when we get Isaac back up here.
All right. Bryce.
Okay, and we're back. Yeah, so we got our break in.
We got our break. I tell you, boy, live recording, folks. It's a basic.
Right.
So where did I stop, my friend? Sorry.
You were getting ready to tell us who you picked on the bottom half.
Okay, yeah. So bottom half, I'm sticking with my predictions: Gauff versus Sabalenka, of course. How about you?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go bottom up. I match you with the Gauff Sabalenka. And up top, I have Queenie. But I am going with Svitolina over Azarenka. And like you said, it's kind of like 49-51 type thing. But for some reason, with Svitolina, I kind of feel like this Kim Clijsters thing with her. I have a feeling she is going to have better results post-baby than she did before.
Right.
Now, once again, if Azarenka wins, I'm not going to be surprised at all. But I just think Svitolina has got this momentum thing going on right now. Yeah. And with Iga out, I think everybody's kind of like, shoot, I got a chance, you know?
Yep.
So I'm going to jump from the semis to the finals.
Yeah.
I'm going Svitolina Gauff.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. And I'm going to go Azarenka Gauff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to end up in the same spot.
Oh, well, you know what my prediction was and still is. It's all about Coco Gauff. I still feel like she is looking like she's looking like a champion, simply put. Mm-hmm. I mean, the way that she, we had the, black on black crime, unfortunately, and we had sister girl on sister girl with Alicia Park. She made Alicia Park look just basic. I'm sorry. And we know Alicia Park is a big time.
Yes. We do. Price. Yes, we do. And you know what? And look, I have to put this out there because this is who we are. We're Brothers on Tennis. And everybody knows, we support the peeps.
Yes.
But I want to comment on something. The match before the black on black crime, and let me find it. It's when Alicia Park beat Leylah Fernandez.
Oh yeah.
In that match, I did not appreciate like the attitude that I saw Alicia Parks giving, like the ball kids and being very short with them and the whole nine.
Yeah.
She's early in her career. She needs to get that together.
That's
not okay. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because again, Yeah, I was a volunteer at a tournament, and those are people that are giving their time. They're not being paid. The ball kids are not giving their, not being paid or anything. They're just out there enjoying themselves, wanting to get closer to players. You give them respect. I don't care if you talk, as far as the staff and what have you. You can do whatever you want with them. But volunteers and especially ball kids, no, they're unacceptable.
Right.
Do not play around with them.
And Alicia, we love you. We want to see you do well. You got insane potential, but don't get off track with that kind of behavior. And we're going to put it out there early for you. So,
there you go.
But Coco Gauff, man, like you said, if she is able to come out there and to snag 2 majors in a row. Oh, yeah.
Shoot, we might be talking about Coco trying to get a Golden Slam.
And I would be right here for all of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Every drip drop.
Right. She just needs somebody to take out Iga every time.
Exactly. She got that. She good.
Right. Exactly. So good. So that is the wacky world of the WTA.
Yes, it is, brother.
Now, what has been the model of consistency
pretty much
has been this daggone ATP tour.
Yeah.
So, Isaac, out of your 8 quarterfinalists you named last week, how many of those did you nail?
So, Bryce, honestly, I still have all of my everybody I named for my quarters are still possible. Every single one of them. And even so far as the 4th round matches, everybody pretty much delivered except for the Americans. And y'all, you know I love all of y'all, but I'm sorry. Ben, Tiafoe, Tommy Paul, fellas, y'all let me down. Y'all let me down because I had y'all making it to the 4th round, and none of y'all was just kind of like. And granted, Ben played an outstanding match against Adrian Manarino.
I was going to say that.
Fire, absolutely.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. See, but as far as Tiafoe going out, I'm sorry. That to me, I can't get with that. And Tommy Paul, he had him. It was the 4th set. He had him, and he just could not. And we love us some Kecmanovic.
I know. I was getting ready to say.
So it was a little, but Tommy's my dude. So I'm just like, Tommy, you got to get over the finish line. When he lost that 4th set, Kecmanovic was like, dude. You look hungry.
His inner now Bandian came out, right?
Oh my goodness. He was like, Tommy, I'm going to feed you and send you on your way. And that is exactly what he did. So, Bryce, I'm sorry to get off track. But yeah, honestly, the quarters and the 4th round for the men look really, really good. And, I should say there were 2 others in the 4th round that didn't make it for me. And that was Casper Ruud. Did not make it. Neither did Grigor, and that was a upset. Grigor getting upset by what was it, Borgs or something like that?
Yeah, Borgs.
I was like, what the? I mean, I ain't seen Borgs' name before, but I'm sorry, not in the capacity of beating someone like Grigor Dimitrov. That to me was definitely not good form for Grigor. But what about you, bro? I'm talking a lot. How about your men?
You're good. I have 7 of the 8.
Okay.
In the quarterfinals.
Okay.
The one who or potentially the one that I have that is gone is Rune. His loss is the only one, but and I just want to touch back on those Americans real quick. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm glad what you said about Ben. Ben actually played a really good match. Manarino is a tough out.
That's a tough out.
And even for him, Manarino played out of his gourd. He's playing the best tennis of his entire career. He's got the highest ranking right now. So I give Ben a little bit of a pass on that one. Tiafoe, I don't know what's going on with Tiafoe.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Bryce, and I hate to say this, but I think it was a mistake for him to let Wayne Ferreira go, because Wayne, to me, was that element that allowed him to be focused on the court. And I just feel like that's always going to be Francis's issue, is being focused when he's on the court. And I just feel like Wayne Ferreira was a big part of him having his success in that area. So with him not being a part of the team, I'm a little concerned about 2024 for Francis, if I'm being honest.
Right. And in terms of the Kecmanovic, Tommy Paul, very rarely do I watch a match where I am almost as equally supportive and invested in the two players. I love Tommy about as much as I love Kecmanovic, and we've had amazing interactions with both of them. But to your point, so while I'm crazy happy for Kecmanovic, to your point, the Americans in general, Korda, Paul, Tiafoe, Shelton, they really dropped the ball here at the Australian Open. You got Fritz still in there, but he might be doing his boys to man thing coming to the end of his road, because did you hear Nick Kyrgios? And I'll tell you what, Nick Kyrgios as a commentator has not been as annoying as I thought he was going to be.
I actually like him. Yeah. He's good.
I can't believe he stepped out there though and said that CC Pops may win this whole thing. I don't know that I believe that, but I do feel like he might get up and Taylor Fritz in this next matchup. So with that being said, my quarterfinal predictions are pretty much what I had before. Djokovic meeting Tsitsipas, center meeting Demon Yor. At the bottom, Zverev meeting Alcaraz. And because I had Rune, I'm replacing him with Herkic against Medvedev.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's, I like my predictions were top Djokovic versus Fritz, so we differ there. I have Sinner versus Rublev, which I tell you what, that's another one. You know, we had a great interaction with Demon and Katie Bolter at the city event last fall, and love us some Demon. So I'm kind of like that one on that one. And we actually talked to Rublev as well. I forgot to talk to both of them. Both of them very nice young men. That one to me is very much a toss-up. I'm kind of like you in regards. I don't know who's going to win that one, but I'm going to be happy for whoever does because I like both of them. Yeah. So I have Rublev, but it's like I would definitely not be surprised if Demon won. And Demon is like, listen, I made the top 10 and I'm trying to do some things, y'all. So y'all need to get out my way. So Rublev better be ready when he walk up on that stadium court, because I think Alex de Minaur may be like, he may be on one. And so, like I said, would not be surprised if Demon made it through. But I'm going to stick with my original prediction and go with Sinner versus Rublev. At the bottom half, I have Hubie versus Medvedev, and I have Zverev versus Alcaraz.
All right, man. Then roll us right into the semis.
Yeah, I'm. You know what, Bryce? I'm gonna again, because I have the same people. I'm gonna stick with what I predicted. So I have Djokovic versus Sinner, and then I have Medvedev versus Zverev.
Okay, and
I will put the quick caveat. Sorry to interrupt you there. The quick caveat is Carlos Alcaraz is looking like Carlos Alcaraz of old. So while I'm gonna stick with my predictions because that's what I said. This is what I said.
Right.
Alcaraz looked like he tried to go up in there and win Australian Open. I'm gonna pass it to you.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I'm from here on out. I'm sticking with what I said on the last show.
Right.
I'm picking Djokovic center up top, and on the bottom I'm picking Medvedev Alcaraz. And I tell you what, Alcaraz, he's showing that all he really needed to do was go sit down somewhere. Because
go sit down.
Right, he was tired. He was like, I ain't had to beat this many people in 1 year in a long time. So, my arm was a little tender. My knees were a little sore, right? But I'm good now. And I tell you what, though, if we get those two semifinals, Djokovic versus Sinner is going to be fire, especially with Sinner's recent success over Djokovic.
Yep.
And Medvedev, I know you picked Zverev, but Medvedev Alcaraz.
Ooh, mean. Again, y'all are in for some good tennis on the men's side. I'm trying to tell y'all, because any way it shapes up, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh my goodness, Bryce.
So I'll roll us into the finals. I picked the Djokovic Medvedev final, and although I desperately want Medvedev to win. I did pick Djokovic as the winner, but I'm going to tell you what. I think I'm going to switch it up.
Okay.
I'm going with Medvedev for the win now.
Wow.
I like the way he's looking. I like the way
okay.
he's looking.
All
I'm going to go with Medvedev for the win.
All right, Bryce. Well, you all right, friend? Yeah, I like I said, I'm gonna stick with it. I do actually have Djokovic, Zverev in the final, and I picked Djokovic. I'm just gonna stick with my predictions on the men's side, and you know we'll own up to it when we do our post show. But yeah, I'm thinking Djokovic is going to get 25, and to me, it'd be apropos for him to get 25 over Margaret Court in Australia.
Yeah, you know, go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what has been funny though.
Yeah.
You know, now that Djokovic has come out and admitted, like we didn't already know, that the whole reason why he mocked Ben Shelton's celebration at the U.S. Open was because, you know, he felt like he was being too big-chested and too new on the tour. People have been flooding social media with all this footage of Djokovic when he first came out and how he was doing. So it's making him look really hypocritical in terms of this stance he's trying to take with Ben Shelton. And like you have said, Isaac, for where Djokovic is in the history of the sport, this seems really, really beneath him.
Completely.
To be going after this.
Completely. I mean, and again, remember when Djokovic he played Nadal and at the French and then came out and he had to retire and he was like, I was right there. I was going to beat him. And I was just like, you weren't nowhere close. And it's like, that was his whole thing. So for him to be talking about Ben is, again, the pot calling the kettle black. It's like, come on, dude. Right. And like you said, where he is at, that is beneath him. It's just childish in my opinion.
And I want to throw one more thing out there to you, Isaac.
Yeah.
Ben Shelton is another player that's getting a lot of hate that I don't get. You know, people like, he's too arrogant. He's too kind. I mean, why is it always when a player of color is out there trying to show some confidence and put his personality out there, it's an issue? Because we see it all day long from others. And if for some reason it ain't never a problem with them, I'm just saying. I mean, holla if you hear me.
I holla, bro. I'm with you, bro. Like I said, I don't get it. Ben is the nicest young man. We had a chance to interact with him on a few occasions. We saw him at the UTS event. He is just a nice guy, y'all. And again, what he brings to the court is intensity, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand how folk can be all out of place because he's just trying to be confident and play his brand of tennis. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not being disrespectful to anybody. He's just simply he wants to win, and there is nothing wrong with that. So if you hate, then something is wrong with you.
Right.
Sorry.
Exactly. So, Isaac, we have an exciting second week of tennis coming up here in Melbourne. And any, special thoughts or final thoughts you have about the matches coming up next week?
I'm just excited about them, bro. I mean, really, on the men's side, again, there is just matchup galores that are just going to be phenomenal. I do think that 5-setter record is going to be broken because I do see some 5-setters happening with these guys that are left on the men's side. On the women's side, I'm excited again on two things. You've got the top half that is like completely blown up. Great opportunity for both Svitolina and Azarenka. And Queenie, let's just be clear. So the three of them, very happy for them because I like those three ladies. And on the bottom, for me, it's all about golf as much as I love Big Sab. And I love me some Big Sab. But to me, it is about Coco Gauff. And this is Coco Gauff's world. She is playing confidently. And I'm just expecting Coco to get up in there and be like, you know what? Here's number 2. It's time. Right. Yeah. Right. How about you, brother? What are your thoughts?
Gosh, I don't want to just say I echo everything you said, but I echo everything that you said. I would like to see Medvedev get his number 2 as well. And we know his best chances are always going to be, I shouldn't say always going to be, but at the moment, they're going to be at the Australian and the US Open.
Right.
part of me really wants to see De Minaur do it and do it for Australia.
Yeah.
You know,
that way. There you go.
Oh, okay. There you go. Right. And then part of me wants to see Alcaraz resume. You know,
because that would be three of the four.
Three of the four.
Take this one, bro.
3 of the 4. So I can be super, super happy for a number of the guys. For the women, if I get that Svitolina golf final, I can just sit back and watch. I mean, because like you, although I would love to see golf get it, I almost would be just as happy for Svitolina.
I agree, because she got her card, because she married the guy.
She does.
But she's part of the family. Let's just be clear. She gets invited to the cookout. Yeah, exactly. She got her invite. So to me, it would be awesome, the fact that, and I agree with you, Bryce. As much as, like I said, I love Coco Gauff, and I'm definitely leaning with Coco because I picked her to win. But if Svitolina were to take this, I would be happy. I really would.
Right.
Yeah. That's the Jim's household, y'all. Jim's.
Right. Exactly. So, well, with that, Isaac, we're going to go ahead and end this, wrap this up a little bit. But everybody enjoy this great tennis. This has been an amazing first major of the year. We're looking forward to it. And we will be back next week to review how the tournament did wrap up and how we did with our final predictions. And we'll be back on Instagram Live as well. So we'll be looking forward to getting your input and hearing what you thought about the 2024 Australian Open. So all that being said, everyone enjoy. And on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone, be well.